My name is Blake Daniel and I play Ernst Roble. Ernst is the youngest of all the boys in the show, and I guess you could say he is along the timid side. He's very sweet, he's got a big heart, he's kind of sweetly naive, and he's very easily seduced. There are a lot of similarities between the two of us actually, and I've realized that more and more as I've been with the show. He is called by Hanshin a sentimentalist, and that's definitely something that I have been pinned as many a time. I get very sappy every once in a while, and not so much naive, but eager to believe, maybe. I grew up in a small town, White County, Georgia, northeast Georgia. It's a very small, I'd say maybe like 2 stoplights. Well, there's probably more now. My family's still there, yeah. I was actually born in Orange County, California, and then we moved to Georgia for my dad to have his construction business there. And so yeah, I grew up there, and my family's still there, and they walk around in the grocery store, and people ask about me, and it's very seventh heaven. My dad actually, well, he followed in his dad's footsteps because his dad owned a construction company as well, but I don't think that was ever part of the plan growing up. If it was, I missed it completely. I remember like my sister used to love to watch The Sound of Music, and I hated that movie more than anything in the world, and that actually ended up being the first show I ever did. But as a kid, I didn't know, was nothing remarkable about me, and I was just very average. I wasn't into sports. I played baseball for like 2 years and realized that I sucked, and eventually, I don't even know how I fell into performing, but I did, so luckily. I found out that I got the role the day of my last callback. I had flown up back and forth to New York with my mom a couple times, and we had just finished. I had the callback at 10 a.m., and we got back to the hotel, and we were about to go get lunch, and all of a sudden my phone rang, and it was Spring Awakening, and Jim Carnahan on the phone was like, how do you feel about being on Broadway? And I was like, I think that would be very nice. And he was like, well, you got it, you don't have to go to college. And I was like, yeah! It's been a whirlwind, it's been a rush, it's been crazy. I never thought that it would actually happen. I remember I auditioned for it, and then all the Tony stuff happened, and all like the big press stuff at the beginning of the show when it got all the awards. And I just remember sitting at home being like, that's what I auditioned for, like this is ridiculous, it'll never happen, but this is such a cool show, I'm gonna follow it, and I was a fan, it was incredible listening to the CD, and then all of a sudden, now I'm a part of it. Broadway life is, it's a lot of sleeping and eating when you're not at the show, and being in the show is just, it's a rush, it's a blast, you can't ask for more.